elite, Mitch Mathews, receiver currently with the Miami Dolphins.
We're still going there?
I am.
Still doing that?
And I will forever. On the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Mitch, welcome back to the show, man.
How's it going, guys? It's been a while. What's going on?
We're
just partying.
We're just happy to have you, man.
Does the elite still come up with you? Like, do BYU fans still like yell elite or whatever to you?
All the Miami Dolphins fans, that's all they say to me now too. So they do that as well.
How's life in South Beach, man?
You can't complain, man. You're in South Beach. I mean, it's awesome. Florida's awesome. So my mission here is my second home. Our training facility was my last area of my mission, so I know like the back of my hand. So it's a second home to me, and the weather is incredible, and it's sunshine and beaches and hard work though every day. So I love it.
What's the schedule like right now for you as you try and make this team and make the 53 or the practice squad? Just hang with these guys.
Yeah, so the schedule right now, everyone in the NFL is off until training camp, which is a week from today. So we have our conditioning test, which we enter in next Wednesday. Then our first practice is next Thursday. And then after that, it's 2 weeks from the day we start. We have our first preseason game, and then every 3 weeks after that. So we have 4 preseason games. So I've just been, for the last month and a half, I've just been doing conditioning, sprinting, weightlifting, the whole bit, just trying to get in my peak state. That's when everyone in the NFL would agree that right now you're in your peak physical state, because obviously during the season you have to hang in there tough and kind of get destroyed and take a beating a little bit. But right now everyone's in their peak state, in the best shape of their life, and you're getting ready to come to camp, and so I'm juiced. Talking
with Mitch Mathews. Mitch, how do you feel like you are a better receiver right now on July 20th, 2017, compared to what you were at BYU?
Man, I would have to say 10 times as a player, and I think that any player in the NFL currently would have to say the same thing about themselves. And I just think naturally when you play with guys that are so great constantly, every day being able to go against Pro Bowlers or watch a Pro Bowler receiver right next to you. Like yesterday I worked out with Ryan Tannehill and Jarvis Landry and Kenny Stills and Devontae Parker, and those are the starters for the Miami Dolphins. And what a better way to improve your game than watching some Pro Bowlers and some playoff team and some of their best players. So to say that I haven't gotten better would be crazy. I know that I have, and it's just from elevating myself and my mindset to be like, well, if I need to hang with these guys, then I obviously have to be better than I was in college. And I think my mindset has completely changed. And, man, I would love to have one more game back at BYU and kind of show how I've changed. And so every NFL player would say the same thing. But so I definitely have to answer your question, and I'm a new man, so I love where I'm at.
Have you heard or are you familiar with the Miami Dolphins fight song?
Yes. Someone sang it to me the other day, or part of it, and it's like 50 years old.
I love it, dude.
Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
Exactly.
We went to a game down there around the Miami Beach Bowl, and it was we were so into it when Miami scored a touchdown. It was amazing. I'm hoping you heard that a lot. But what's been the biggest challenge so far in your career as you're trying to make an NFL roster and you're continuing to do that, and we hope that you make the Dolphins. But what's been the biggest challenge so far?
Rosters are very small in the NFL. They're about half the size as college, and you just got to find your right fit. I mean, I know guys that have been cut 13 times and go on to make $30 million in one contract. It's about sticking in there, do what you can, finding your right fit. And the biggest thing I've learned, though, is consistency. A bad day in the NFL, it lasts a long time, longer than you might think. A bad day in college, you say, "Oh well, I'll come back tomorrow," and people will forget. But in the NFL, they're keeping track of everything. They notice the bad days, and they also notice the good days. But you have to be very, very consistent. You can't have those bad days because your time is short-lived. You don't have a for sure 4 years like you do in college to just showcase yourself. And these next 2 years, I'm gonna just get a lot better than my junior and senior year I'll start. In the NFL is you have to be just as good as everyone else on the field the second you step on the field. And so you have to be consistent. You have to show up every day and dominate and get in that mindset. You can't have rookie jitters for a whole year, or you might not even be coming back to the second year. So you have to be very consistent, and you have to be ready early, and you have to continue to open the eyes of coaches. That's the reason why I stuck around in the NFL is continually coaches will see me, I'll work out for a team, and they'll say, I want him, and I want this guy, and you got to find your niche and move from there. So I'm very optimistic about making this team, and we'll see where I land come fall.
Why do you feel like you have a good shot to find a spot with Miami?
I just think their coach is a very special coach, Coach Gase. As a young guy, I think he's 38, 39 years old. He was Peyton Manning's quarterback coach. He's the type of guy where he puts guys in the right position to succeed. I feel like the type of guy I am, I'm the tallest receiver in the NFL. I do things that other people can't do, and just like other guys can do things I can't do. I feel like he's the type of guy that will put me in the right position to succeed, not just throw me in there and try to make me the same as everybody else. I think he's a guy that sees potential in me and handpicked me to be on this team, and I think he's a guy that sees potential in me and will use me in our high-powered, high-throwing offense. So I'm excited to be here, man.
Anytime we think about you, we think about the Hail Mary against Nebraska. Do BYU fans, when they see you, do they share experiences about where they were when they saw that and what it meant to them? Does that still happen with you?
All the time, man. All the time. Even guys that aren't even BYU fans or NFL coaches, some guys will literally be like, "Oh yeah, you're the Hail Mary guy," and it's that was 2 years ago, and it's like they don't watch BYU. It has nothing, but it had such a magnitude being the first game of the year and such a big stadium, a big game, a crazy game, and with Taysom and the whole bit, and Tanner coming in, it was just a perfect storm. And so a lot of people have remember, especially BYU fans. I mean, that'll hopefully last forever and a long time. But even guys that don't even care about BYU, they know me as a Hail Mary guy to this day. Or if guys overhear a conversation about, I'm the Hail Mary guy, and then guys will come over and be like, wait, that was you? You were that guy? And so it's just interesting to have that type of impact and the type of game it was. It's something that I'm very glad it happened. It was a great memory for me, and hopefully I made memories for a lot of people.
Do you recall a fun story or two from somebody that watched it in something they've shared with you about that experience?
Yeah. So, I mean, the best thing that I saw was the compilation of videos that came out of the reactions to the Hail Marys. I'm sure you guys have seen that. Correct me if you haven't, but there was a compilation of a bunch of 10, 20-second videos of the reactions of people when they're seeing it. Obviously people have their phones out filming the TV, just in case this Hail Mary happens. I want to be the one that gets on film. And their grandmas in the background freaking out, and this person on the radio. And I remember watching that video and just being like, man, I had my certain reaction, and so did everyone else. But it felt so good to bring that reaction out of people all the way across the country, and in different countries even, watching that game or listening to it on the radio. But I have had tons of people come up to me and just say, man, that game, that changed my life. And they don't even know why they're saying it, but they're just saying it just because they were so excited. So it's interesting and awesome at the same time, and I love our fans, so that's what makes it fun.
Not to make things more complicated in your life, but you decided to get married to a current BYU soccer player, Mitch Mathews now. What's life like as a married man, you playing professional football in Miami and your wife playing soccer for BYU?
Yeah, it's the best. I mean, obviously it's the best. I'm the luckiest man alive, and it's one of those things where you never envision married life as, I'm going to live in this other country and you're going to live in this other country, chasing, your athletic dreams and mine as well. But this is a funny conversation that Maddie and I had the very first week we were dating. I remember liking her so much within that first week of us dating. I remember being like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to go play in the NFL. I'm so confident. I want to do that. That's my dream. But you're only a sophomore. How in the world is this going to work? So I remember having that conversation with her the first week we're dating. I said, babe, this is going to happen. I'm going to go play in the NFL. I'm doing it. That's my lifelong dream. I'm doing it. And you're still going to be here on the soccer field. So we're going to have to get used to this now. We're going to have to mentally wrap our minds around being away from each other for 2 years. We've done it for one already. Obviously, she visits all the time. I visit all the time. It's great. And thank the heavens for FaceTime. But it's something that we had a conversation a week into us dating saying, this is probably going to happen. And lo and behold, 2 years later, it's happening. And hopefully it continues to happen as far as reaching our goals. But we see each other plenty with her flying out and me flying out there. And so we make it work, and it's a lot of fun. Every time we see each other, it's excitement and a lot of fun because we only have maybe a couple days. So we have a lot of fun together, and she's the best. I'm a lucky guy.
There is a Cougar on the Dolphins, and he's been there forever. The long snapper, John Denny. What's it like to have another BYU guy on the roster?
It's money. And the reason is because Denny is the team barber. So he said, and all the time, the first day I was there, he had like a line of 7, 8 guys. He's giving guys fade haircuts. I told him, I said, John, I said, I have this very specific haircut. I've had it for years. Everyone knows me by it. I need to get it. I showed him a couple pictures, and he gave me a beautiful haircut. He actually gave me one yesterday. So he's the haircut guy on the team. He's been, I think this is his 14th season with the team. Very well respected, great player, and glad to be with another Cougar because we're actually outnumbered with the Utes on the team. So I'm glad I have one buddy.
Oh, that's the life, man. Long snapper and barber.
Yeah, that's his talent. I actually live currently with a Utah player, Trevor Riley. Him and my brother were best friends on the mission, and Trevor invited me to live with him. So I'm actually living with a Ute right now currently. We actually work out together the whole bit, so I'm starting to break down the walls.
And I think you probably played with Drew, Trevor's brother, who was a safety for BYU. So there's all kinds of connection there between the two.
Oh, yeah, it's perfect. A great family.
Hey, Mitch, it's great to talk to you and catch up with you again. We won't wait so long before we do this again. We wish you the best of luck, man, as you pursue a roster spot with the Miami Dolphins. And I'll try not to mess up the soccer broadcasts this fall for your wife,
Feel
Maddie.
free to tweet at Spencer.
Mathews.
Yeah.
You got some tips for me, let me know, man.
You guys are the best, man. Love talking to you guys and hanging out. So reach out anytime and go Cougars.